question is big: what happens if there isn't a legal marriage or a registered civil partnership to enable the nexus to be, the relationship nexus to be established to avail a dependent visa? Well, what you're going to do, if you're a de facto spouse, you're going to apply for what's known as a prolonged visitor visa. And the prolonged visitor visa is exactly the same status that you get when you pitch up at the airport and get admitted. But what you're doing is you're going to the immigration department in advance. You're saying, look, we're de facto spouses in a committed life partner relationship. Both of us for the moment are free to marry but choose not to. We don't want to be separated as a result of the criteria that prevails in relation to the dependent visa. Therefore, please grant us an extended stay under visitor missions to enable us to keep our family unit together. And I call this a slippers and pipe visa because it's visitor status only. You get the 6 months granted after application and the assessment under the normal criteria that apply to dependent visas, in fact. But you only get 6 months, you only get visitor permission. So conceptually, all that you can do is, in a sense, wait for your partner to come home every night and hand him his slippers and his pipe. That's how I kind of couch the quality of this visa. And you don't get a Hong Kong ID card, which is a bit of a bane, to be honest. But the immigration department do avail it to those folks who have chosen not to marry, even though they are free to do so, so that they don't become separated. So in order to qualify for this visa, show proof of relationship, and generally that's satisfied by showing a pre-existing cohabitation overseas at some stage in the past. The de facto partner must be a Hong Kong resident, and as I say, both parties free to marry but choose not to for the moment. It allows family reunion for non-traditional families. So it means that they're not going to be separated as a result of the constructs of Hong Kong's policy in relation to the grant of dependent visas, with obviously the downside being that you just get visitor status, you don't get de facto resident status, and you can't accrue your time in Hong Kong under extended visitor visa permissions to seek to argue ordinary residence for the purposes of PR. Although I have heard anecdotally that the immigration department have previously granted PR to long-stay foreign nationals under prolonged visitor visas. I haven't seen it, but I haven't had an opportunity to argue it either. I'd love the opportunity to argue if it came my way, but I haven't seen it myself, so I can't speak positively to that. And as I say, it's a slippers and pipe visa. It allows you to be together, but not much more. And it only applies to partners. You can't bring elderly parents in on this visa arrangement.